In continuation of our previous topic, that is eddy currents, now let's study how we can minimize it, as well as what are its disadvantages and what are those applications in which we use it as an advantage. So let's first study how we can minimize eddy currents. Firstly, it can be minimized by reducing the area of a conducting plate. Because if more will be the area, then more eddy currents will produce. Into thin plates or slots. As we have studied in experimental demonstration that if area is more, then eddy currents will be more, and because of the eddy currents, resistive force act on it, that is Lenz's force or deflecting force will be more. Because of that, damping, electromagnetic damping will increase, and this damping will decrease the motion or the amplitude of a conducting plate. This we have studied, and therefore because of these eddy currents, heating effect will be more, thus there is a loss of electrical energy. So to reduce the loss of electrical energy, we have to reduce the area of a conducting plate. And secondly is by thin lamination of metal. And we use metal like iron and nickel. We have studied also that soft iron has very high permeability, and if it has high permeability, then it increases the strength of magnetic field because it attracts more magnetic field lines towards it. Therefore, we use for lamination metal like iron or nickel, mostly soft iron, and we make, by this lamination we make a metallic core. And this, what is the meaning of core? Let's see. By thin lamination of metal to make metallic core, and core is the central part. We use it in many electrical devices like transformer, dynamo, electric motor. We will study in detail about transformer in our further chapter. And this lamination of metal is separated by an insulating coating. This insulating coating limits the eddy currents into that metal only. And the most important one in this lamination is that the plane of that lamination must be parallel to magnetic field. Thus, if the plane of lamination is parallel to magnetic field, it will cut across the eddy current path. Therefore, let's see it, this lamination, how we can do this. We use lamination and coated it with insulating material or non-conducting material like varnish. the laminations on the central part, these are very tightly as well as closely packed. We are making it somewhat far away to see it clearly. The magnetic field lines are parallel to it. That is, if here poles are placed, then north pole will be at this side, and here these are the laminations which are insulated with each other. Therefore, the metallic core decreases eddy currents, and as we know that from Joule's effect of heating, as H is equal to I square RT, that is, heat loss depends on the square of electric current, and here as eddy current decreases, therefore heat loss also decreases. From the above study, we can note that eddy currents cannot be completely eliminated. It can only be reduced. And the second thing which we can note is eddy currents generates in conducting part only. And where the conducting part is not there, that is in non-conducting part or in insulators, it cannot produced. Now let's study some advantages or some applications in which we use eddy currents as an advantage. Applications of eddy currents. In certain applications. First application is magnetic braking in trains. Some high powered or electrical powered or high speed trains can be slowed down by the use of eddy currents in it. That is, we use magnetic brakes, also known as eddy current brakes, to slow down high speed trains or electrically powered train. These magnetic brakes consist of an electromagnet We know that electromagnet has high strength of magnetic field. And this electromagnet is held at a small distance from the train. Approximate distance is about 7 millimeter. That is, it is not touching that train. And when driver of a train wants to slow down the train, then he applies electric current through this electromagnet, and because of the electric current, electromagnet starts moving along the direction of a train. That is, when electromagnets gets activated, electromagnet starts moving along the direction and as the magnetic field lines are changing due to the motion of an electromagnet, and thus there is a great change in magnetic flux as we are using very high strength of magnetic field with the help of electromagnets moving along the direction of train, and thus due to change in magnetic flux, eddy currents generates in the opposite direction of the motion of a train. Which help to slow down. And as these brakes are not in contact with train, thus there is no wear and tear of the mechanical brakes, thus it will not create any noise. Does not have any mechanical linkage or contact with rail, thus no wear and tear, no loss in brakes, thus no wear and tear of brakes and creates no noise. Also, these magnetic brakes are most popular due to their high degree of safety. That is, it will not get affected by any physical conditions like when rain occurs, then there will be no effect on these magnetic brakes. But if we will use frictional brakes, then it will get affected by rain. High degree of safety, it depends on only magnetic properties and resistance. Or does not get affected by the physical conditions. Also, we can add that these eddy current brakes itself can never completely stop a train. So, to stop a train, we use an additional set of brakes known as frictional friction brakes or fin brakes. Or kicker wheels. That is, these wheels are in which rubber tires we use. Which are in contact with rail. And stops it. Its second application is we use it in moving coil galvanometer to make it a deadbeat galvanometer, and this application is known as electromagnetic damping. We have studied that we use a non-magnetic frame on which we wound a conducting coils, number of conducting coils, and make a metallic core. Because of this, when the current passes through this conducting frame, there will be an eddy currents induced within this frame. These eddy currents opposes the torque which is produced in moving coil galvanometer. Thus it stops the coil very quickly and makes it a deadbeat galvanometer. As we can write that when current flows through moving coil galvanometer, coil rotates as torque produces in it, and because of change in magnetic field, Thus, there is a change in magnetic flux. Eddy currents induces within the coil which also applies anti-torque. Anti-torque. Thus, coil stops quickly. And because of this eddy currents, the coil or the galvanometer is said to be a deadbeat galvanometer. Third application is induction furnace. This furnace is used to melt certain kind of metals, and by melting it, we prepare alloy. Induction furnace is used to melt metals and thus prepare alloys. For this, high frequency AC is provided to a coil, and surrounding to the coil a metal is placed which is to be melted, and because of the high frequency AC, there is a change in magnetic field, thus magnetic flux changes, and because of the change in magnetic flux, large amount of eddy currents produced in it. It is used to melt metals and prepare alloys. When high frequency AC is passed through coil, and this coil is surrounded the metal which surrounded the metal which is to be melted. Then, due to change in magnetic flux, large amount of eddy currents produced within the coil. Why there is a change in magnetic flux? Because we are using high frequency AC. Because of the high frequency AC, there is a time varying magnetic field, and as there is a time varying magnetic field, there is a time varying change in magnetic flux. Eddy currents produced within the coil which increases the temperature of a metal, and thus metal melts at its melting point. Next one is electric power meters. We use it in electric power meters. that is of analog type. We know that electric power meters are used to measure electricity in homes and offices, etc. And electric power meters measures AC or supply electricity in AC, that is in alternating current form. And because of this alternating current, the current passes through the coil is produces a time varying magnetic field. Because of this time varying magnetic field, there is a change in magnetic flux. This electric meters of analog type consist of a silver disc, and this disc rotates as we consume electricity. More the electricity consumed by us, more is its rotation. So this why this disk rotates, because when the coil which is surrounding it, it has a time varying magnetic field. Because of the time varying magnetic field, there is an induced eddy current in it, in a coil. Because of the eddy current, it starts rotating, and we count its rotation. This shows the electricity consumed by us. Thus, eddy currents produced in a silver disc. Due to, we can write, electric meters are used to measure electricity, and more is the rotation of silver disc, more is the electricity consumed by us. Rotation of disc is because of change in magnetic flux as time varying magnetic field passing through coil. Thus, eddy currents induces in the silver disc. Thus, it rotates and measure electricity. And on the same principle, a speedometer works. A speedometer is used to measure speed of a vehicle. If more is the speed, more is the rotation of an aluminium drum. Its mechanism is like that: a small magnet is placed inside a speedometer, and this magnet is surrounded by an aluminium drum. This aluminium drum is connected with a pointer. This pointer we can see on a reading.